Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of the Rant Entertainment. My name is Kenny Lowe, and I will be hosting this installment. Through this show, we will focus on reviewing television, film, music, video games. We will talk politics. We will focus on current events. Anything and everything that could be considered entertainment is up for a rant. In this particular episode, I will give you some music news and discuss some of the new and returning shows for the fall TV season. So, let's get started. First off, let's talk about the iHeartRadio Music Festival, which was held in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Started back in 2011, this two-day concert became so popular that in 2013, there was an iHeart Village added that was free for ticket holders, but also came at a reduced price for those who could not afford to get into the actual show with the headliners. Now, this year, artists like Ariana Grande, Britney Spears, U2, Sting, Billy Idol, and Sia all performed. And if you weren't able to be at the actual concert, there were other ways of seeing it. The CW aired it, and you could stream it live. And speaking of Sia, she is going to be on tour with Miguel and Aluna George. Now, she has done some minor appearances, some private shows, but this is her first headlining tour in 6 years. The Nostalgic for the Present tour is going to have 23 dates starting in Seattle and ending in Austin with 2 dates in Canada. So if you want to see Sia live, which is supposed to be a really great show, and if her performance at the iHeartRadio Music Festival is any indication of what her tour is going to be like, she is definitely worth the money. Next up, let's talk about albums that have sold more than 10 million copies. And if you don't know or are not aware, whenever an album sells 10 million copies or more, it is certified diamond. Believe it or not, only 88 albums have achieved this feat. The latest has been Adele with 25. Amazingly enough, it took her less than a year to get that certification. She did sell 3.3 million copies of 25 in the first week, which was already great, and she sold out her tour. But achieving diamond certification in less than a year, that's pretty great. The last person to also achieve diamond certification was Adele with 21, back when she spent about 20 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard charts. And before that, it was Usher in 2004 with Confessions. Billboard went ahead and compiled all of the albums in one list, ranked from worst to best. But really, an album that reaches diamond certification can't really be that bad if so many people purchased it. Other artists that appear on the list are Kenny G, Celine Dion, Britney Spears, Garth Brooks, Eminem, The Beatles, Michael Jackson, of course, and Prince. So if you want to get Billboard's insight and read a little bit more about how many copies or how many units actually were sold of each of these artists' albums, then go ahead and read that article on Billboard.com. This fall TV season will bring us new shows like The Good Place, starring Kristen Bell, which is a comedy about a woman who died and found herself in the good place, then realizes that it was all a mistake and she's not supposed to be there. So we're going to follow her character and kind of the struggle of maybe doing the right thing or not doing the right thing, and see how that plays out. Also, Riverdale is another new show. The Exorcist, and Emerald City. So if any of those interests you, go ahead and give them a watch. But if they don't, or you already have your favorites, we also have a lot of television shows returning. If you're a fan of reality shows, The Voice is coming back for its 11th season. So for 11 seasons, The Voice has been entertaining us and discovering lots of talent last season, Christina Aguilera won with Allison Porter. And this season, we have new coaches, Miley Cyrus and Alicia Keys. So if singing competitions are your thing, and if you like this show, it's returning and you will be entertained. Also returning are The Flash, Supergirl, which moved from CBS to the CW, Empire, Scream Queens, New Girl, Gotham, American Horror Story, which is in its sixth season, and it's switching cinematic style or storytelling style from narrative to more documentary style. A lot of the actors who have been in previous seasons, like Sarah Paulson, are coming back, and it's a different style for American Horror Story, and I'm excited to see how this season specifically will unfold because it's already using some of the horror elements that are common in American Horror Story, but they're doing it in such a way that it's a little bit fresh. And last but not least, Once Upon a Time, it's returning also for its sixth season. And Once Upon a Time is one of those shows that is probably going to go on forever. It has a lot of potential for new storylines, a lot of new characters, and already what has aired has shown that a lot of characters that didn't necessarily get enough screen time in past seasons are going to get their shining moment in this one. And I have really enjoyed the first two episodes of Once Upon a Time. And even though season 5 was not my favorite, it still kept me interested, and I still want to see where these characters are going. A lot of the stories are very compelling, a lot of the stories are very interesting, and it will go on for a while. So if you like fantasy and if you like Disney characters and their portrayal in a different light, this is definitely a show to watch. And that was our show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And if you have anything that you want us to talk about, go ahead and let us know. Follow us on Twitter at the Rant 20. And once again, thank you for tuning in. Until next time.